Hi there, subscribers and new finders of my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about APIs today and how they're key drivers of digital transformation. I recently put this together for a presentation I did for Texas A&M University for their computer science and engineering department, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So in this short video today, we're going to talk about what APIs are, what digital transformation is, and how APIs can be essential to digital transformation. So let's get started. APIs. What exactly are they? Well, by definition, they're application programming interfaces. And what that means is they become a set of rules that explain how computers or applications communicate with one another. They typically sit between an application and a web server, acting as an intermediary layer that processes data transfer between systems. APIs are not new. They've been around for several years. I've been working with them probably since around 2012 or maybe a little bit sooner. We interact with them as end users of systems and websites, our mobile devices, daily, and we don't even know we're interacting with them. Most companies that build software or software systems, they are creating APIs all of the time, or the development teams are creating all APIs all of the time. They basically allow for the information to be exposed and available that developers can share, can take out from one system and make it available to another system and enable them to create new interfaces and new workflows and new processes that were not thought of or were not part of an independent platform. So taking a deeper look, what are some of the benefits of APIs that we can take advantage of? Well, the whole point of them will enhance the development experience for developers as well as the end user experience overall. Some of the benefits, and I have identified 7 of the key benefits. There are plenty of others that we could think of, but there's certainly 7 key benefits to think about. And the first one being increased efficiency. The APIs allow different systems and applications to communicate seamlessly, automating tasks and reducing manual efforts. They help us enhance innovation. They provide access to external data and services. APIs enable developers to build new applications and functionalities more quickly. They also will provide access to internal data and services inside your organizations. And that's one of the key pieces about how they enable digital transformation that we're going to talk about coming up. By unlocking data and capabilities inside your organization combined with those external data and data sources, we're able to build things faster and come up with new ideas for enhancing innovation or make them available for others to come up with innovative ways to utilize our technologies. Scalability. APIs facilitate the integration of various systems and services, making it easier to scale applications as needed. Improved user experiences. APIs enable the integration of diverse functionalities, leading to more cohesive and user-friendly applications. Many of our organizations have disparate systems, meaning they don't talk to each other. And to accomplish a goal, a task, a workflow, or a process, we need to work across those different systems. And our users, essentially, if we don't leverage APIs and build new interfaces and innovative ideas, will have to go into every one of those systems manually and do some work, sometimes repetitive work, in those systems to complete the work that they need to do and to leverage information strategically, which is very painful and challenging. One scenario I see all of the time is, especially in retail industry, is where we have marketing information. We'd like to send out text messages or email messages to our customers who purchased in our stores. Without APIs and without the ability to pull data out from one system and send it to another system in an automated fashion through some innovative ideas and processes using APIs, what would have to happen, and what does happen in some companies, is they actually take that information, they key it into their point of sale system, they open up their marketing technology systems, and they rekey the information in. And then they trigger a text message or trigger an email message to the end consumer. Some companies maybe are lucky enough they can export the data to maybe a CSV or Excel file, and maybe they can import it in their other system if they know how. But it's not automated. It's very disparate. So as that leads us up to is this benefit of cost savings. So that process that I just talked about could be automated, where one system can automatically have the data pulled out and sent through into another system. Well, with APIs, if available in both systems, we can build a third API that orchestrates, that pulls the data from the POS system, the customer data, sends it into the marketing communication system, and automates it, saving time, saving money, and also enhancing the time and speed that information of that campaign from a text or from a message gets in the hands of the customer. The flexibility, and some of that flexibility I was kind of describing right now, we can integrate various third-party services. So I can have best-of-breed products in my organization, some for the point of sale system, some for marketing communications, some for CRMs, customer relationship management systems. And I can integrate them together because they'll all have APIs available to me. And therefore, it's very, very flexible. I'm not tied to the interfaces that the companies provide me with. And then the last benefit, which I think is one of the biggest benefits of all, but I saved it for last, is data accessibility. And this is the one where inside your organizations, if you leverage APIs correctly, you can expose data, make it available, have it cataloged, and have it findable in a discovery portal, essentially. Various different platforms of APIs have these products available. One of my favorites is MuleSoft, and MuleSoft has this area called Exchange. And I subscribed or started using MuleSoft many, many years ago. And the reason I chose it was because it had a portal where my API developers could deploy, catalog, govern, and provide all the details about APIs so my other developers in the companies could find them. And then they could see what data could be available or what processes could be available to consume and to use in their applications, or into even end user reporting like Power BI and Tableau to produce reports that help drive decisions through data-driven decisioning, versus having to go to IT and say, hey, I need this data export, or I need the SQL query or access directly to a database. So the APIs make it available so we're not having systems connecting all over the place. All right, so why does this matter? And why is this important to this concept of digital transformation? Well, before I touch on digital transformation, before I get into why it matters, let me just touch on digital transformation for a minute. Digital transformation, it's a buzzword. We hear it all the time. We see companies talking about it in white papers. We see consultants trying to sell us on the concepts that they can do digital transformation. And this process is using digital technologies to create new or modify existing business processes, change the culture, and create new customer experiences that meet changing business and market requirements. It's all about being flexible and nimble and dynamic. It requires integrating the digital technologies into all areas of the business, fundamentally changing how the business operates and delivers values to the customer. There's a key word here that we're saying all the time, and that's the business. So one thing I do want you not to get confused from this presentation is that APIs alone do not drive and do not lead digital transformation. Digital transformation can be enabled through APIs if the proper business processes and culture and individuals throughout the company understand the API's values, leverage them and use them, and they understand how digital transformation occurs through business change and business process change, which is sometimes the harder things. Sometimes building APIs are easy, and exposing capabilities in your organization is the easy part. The hard part is getting people in the organization to understand the value and why this is all important. All right, so how do they go hand in hand though? Here's a quote that I found useful that I thought was very appropriate from Dion Hincliffe, a digital strategist and industry analyst, where he said that APIs are the digital glue that connects systems, applications, and data to drive innovation and transformation. So they're the digital glue that connects the systems. In some of those examples I gave previously, you kind of saw that. It takes the POS system and sends it to the marketing system, or it sends it to the customer relationship management system. Okay. So how do they enable innovation and agility then? Rapid development and deployment is one way. APIs allow businesses to quickly integrate new functionality and services into their existing system. This accelerates the development cycle and time to market for new products. The flexibility. APIs enable businesses to easily adapt to changing market demands by allowing modular updates and enhancements without overhauling the entire system. Here's an example. In e-commerce, APIs enable e-commerce platforms to integrate various payment gateways, enhancing the customer experience by providing multiple payment options. When you interact with a website and you go to make a payment, the developers who built that website do not recreate payment processes. What they do is they tie in APIs of leading payment channels and payment vendors that are out there. So they give you the flexibility to leverage payment options like, hey, let's pay by PayPal, or let's pay by credit card, right? So you have those flexibility there to you, and underneath the covers, we're leveraging the APIs of those various payment channels. Facilitating integration through interoperability. Connecting disparate systems. I said this a little bit earlier. APIs enable different systems, applications, and devices to communicate and share data seamlessly. This interoperability is crucial for creating integrated digital ecosystems. Real-time data exchange. APIs facilitate real-time data sharing across platforms, ensuring that all systems have access to the most up-to-date information. Healthcare. APIs allow healthcare providers to integrate electronic health records with various medical applications, improving patient care by providing comprehensive and real-time access to patient data. Let's look at enhancing customer experience through personalization. APIs enable businesses to gather and analyze customer data from various touchpoints, allowing for personalized services and experiences. APIs support the creation of consistent customer experiences across different channels, web, mobile, social media, enhancing customer satisfaction and loyalty. In banking industry, I spent some time working in the banking industry, and this is definitely a fact. Banks use APIs to provide personalized financial services and seamless experiences across mobile apps, websites, and physical branches. Inside of banks, we typically have an online banking platform technology, a core system, and we leverage APIs between them to talk and to communicate between those systems, as well as customizing offerings and information to you and real-time notifications and alerts, fraud monitoring, and that, all through leveraging of those APIs. Then lastly, is by supporting ecosystem expansion. Partner integrations. APIs allow businesses to integrate with partners, suppliers, and third-party developers, expanding their digital ecosystem and creating new revenue streams. Platform as a service. By providing APIs, businesses can create platforms that other developers can build on. fostering innovation and expanding the business reach. Social media platforms. Social media platforms like Facebook and X provide APIs that allow third-party developers to create applications that integrate with their services, enhancing user engagement and functionality. All right, some final thoughts to wrap up today's presentation. APIs are crucial for enabling digital transformation by driving innovation, facilitating integration, enhancing customer experiences, and supporting ecosystem expansion. Understanding APIs can significantly enhance a business ability to adapt and thrive in a digital-first world. Let me leave you with one last quote to think about. Digital transformation is not just a technological shift, but a rethinking of how a business operates and delivers value to customers. APIs are just one enabler that helps businesses to do this faster and quicker. But again, to drive digital transformation, the business has to be open and receptive to things like business transformation, rethinking how they do operation and consulting, and culture changes. I hope you found today's lecture and material useful. If you have any questions or anything, love to hear your comments down below. If you're not a subscriber currently, please consider subscribing, and thank you for your time.